Hello, it is I, Will again, back to talk some more wrestling. We're gonna be focusing on not really. I'm gonna say women's wrestling, but not necessarily women's wrestling, because we're gonna be talking about the Iron Survivor ever and who's gonna win that. NXT was a solid show last night. I wouldn't say it was the best show ever, but it was solid, and we're pretty much setting up the Iron Survivor. NXT deadline, who's gonna win? What does that mean for the rest of the year leading into Stand and Deliver? So we'll be talking about the winner of that match, which is also one of my favorite matches now. The Iron Survivor Challenge has become a very, very highly anticipated match for me. So those matches are fun, exciting. So yeah, that's a highlight of NXT over the course of the year. Maybe even my favorite thing NXT does now is Iron Survivor Challenge. I'm more excited about that than even like what's happening at Stand and Deliver potentially. So Iron Survivor Challenge, great stuff. I'm wondering when they're gonna bring that to the main roster. That'd be kind of crazy. I want to see maybe a Survivor Series where instead of doing War Games, they do the Iron Survivor Challenge. That'd be kind of crazy. So we're gonna talk about who we think is gonna win on the men's side and the women's side, and then I'll be talking about Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill and why I believe that breakup is happening sooner rather than later. I think we're coming to the end. Okay, been a long year for Bianca Belair stands and fans. It's been a long year, but I think that tag team is now finally coming to a close. I'll be talking about why I think that's the case. So do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and give me your thoughts on the two topics we're talking about here. And then I might dive into like some spoilery stuff with Monday Night Raw, maybe. If I do dive into spoilers, I will throw up. Let me tell you what I'm gonna do for you guys. I will throw up the freaking. This is what I'll do. If I dive into spoilers, I'll throw this up. Spoiler alert, okay? Just in case. I'm not saying I will talk Raw spoilers, because honestly, I only really know like a handful of stuff. I don't know the entire show. I've not seen the entire results for Raw, but I do know a few things. If I dive into any of that, I'll throw this up. So don't worry about it. I'll let you know when to mute your stream, but I don't plan on diving into it too much. The problem with these freaking double tapings, here's the issue I have with double tapings. They're great for the wrestlers, of course. I don't mind seeing spoilers at that point because I don't feel like hiding from the internet for a week. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to hide from Twitter. So whatever, let me see the spoilers. Okay. But my issue is with discussing these type of talking about Raw while trying to leave out what I know about the next show is kind of hard. It kind of slips out. Okay. It's not really intentional. Sometimes things just blurt out because because you're talking wrestling, you're talking fantasy booking, you're talking about the future. It's kind of hard to leave out what's going to happen when you know it. So but we'll see how that goes. You watch the spoilers, David? He said, but other people might not have, but I will let you guys know anyway. So if I dive into what happens on Raw, I only really know like one or two things, honestly. So I don't know the entire show, but if I do dive into it, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. What's up, Brianna? What's up, David? I'll dive into it, maybe, and I'll let you guys know. All right, let's talk Iron Survivor and NXT. It was so they're setting up the Iron Survivor. I think we know who the 5 people are going to be at this point. I can tell you if you don't know. I think it's pretty obvious at this point. So last night we got Ruka beating Cora Jade. I was not surprised by that result once it happened. At first, I thought they may have Cora Jade in there. But once you think about it, did that really make sense to have Cora Jade in there? Cora Jade is friends with Roxanne Perez. The winner of that match will face Roxanne Perez. So it kind of be silly. I guess it would kind of be silly to put her in there. So in hindsight, it makes sense. Keep Cora Jade out of that match. Let's not have any funny business, okay? We know Cora Jade is on Roxanne Perez's side, so no point of having her in that match. I get it. So she lost, fine. So Ruka beat Cora Jade, and she kind of embarrassed her as well, like skated on her. Like it was actually shocking how embarrassing Cora Jade was last night in terms of the booking. Like they really had her clown her out there. And it's interesting because Cora Jade just came back with Roxanne Perez, and they're presenting her like, I wouldn't say a joke, but it was kind of embarrassing how Ruka pretty much toyed with her in the most of the match. Well, actually not most of the match. There was a time where Cora Jade got the advantage, but Ruka, there was no doubt once the match started. I thought there might be some cheating, some interference, but no. Sol Ruka beat her straight up, and she surfed on her, and like the disrespect was over 9,000. It is what it is. But as far as the 5 here, I think we know who's going to be at this point. It's going to be Sol Ruka. It's going to be Julia. It's going to be Stephanie Vicaire. It's going to be Jada Parker, because she had this nice little promo, this vignette, hyping herself up, so she's going to be in there. And it's going to be Zarya. Zarya also had a vignette last night. So those are your 5. Sol Ruka, Zarya, Jada Parker, Julia, and Stephanie. So here's the thing. Who do you guys think is going to win? That's my question to the chat and to the comments. I'll look back at the comments. Who do you think is going to win this match? Here's my honest answer. I have four responses to that question. I do not know. Okay? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to front here. I do not know who's going to win the Iron Survivor for the women. I can tell you who's not going to win. Who's not going to win is our good friend Julia, okay? Julia is not going to win. And I'll break down why I think that is. But I don't know. It could be Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka could win. It could be Zarya. It could be Stephanie Vicaire. Those are the 3, I think, of the 5. Stephanie, Stephanie, Sol Ruka, and Zarya. I can see a situation where they have Sol Ruka be the surprise win because they're hyping up all the other people. She's the clear face, like the clear baby face here. She goes into New Year's Evil, loses to Roxanne Perez. That's possible. I can see Stephanie. I can see a Zarya scenario. But what I can't see is Julia, and I'll break that down now. The issue I have with Julia winning is because I believe that Julia will be winning as Stand and Deliver. Julia is the face of NXT going forward, and she can't face Roxanne Perez again and lose, okay? So next time she faces Roxanne, she will win. So what does that mean for the Iron Survivor? Well, typically, the Iron Survivor winner will have their title match at New Year's Evil, or maybe even Vengeance Day. So New Year's Evil is in what, December? No, not December, but end of December or early January. That's where New Year's Evil is. New Year's Evil is a Tuesday show, not a PLE. So let's be honest here. Is Roxanne Perez going to lose on a Tuesday? No. Okay. Last year, Blair Davenport won the Iron Survivor, and what did she do? She went to New Year's Evil and lost to Lyra Valkyria. So that's not going to happen. I don't think. Well, she's not in. Of course, Blair's not going to wear it. She's not in the damn thing. What I meant by that's not going to happen. Roxanne Perez is not going to lose at Stand and Deliver. Okay. Or not. Well, not Stand and Deliver at New Year's Evil. Okay. So if the winner faces her at New Year's Evil, that's a loss. Okay. That can't be Julia, because again, when Julia faces Roxanne, she's going to win. What about Vengeance Day? Well, Vengeance Day is in February, right? Vengeance Day is like a dead PLE for me, okay? What do I mean by dead PLE? Well, that PLE is right before Stand and Deliver, like 2 months. Once you get to New Year's Evil and then you get to Vengeance Day, that's like a dead period because you're already looking forward to Stand and Deliver. It's 2 months to the big show. So why the hell would you have anything significant happen in terms of a title defense, in terms of a title loss at Vengeance Day, when 2 months later you have the big show, Stand and Deliver, right? If Roxanne Perez gets to New Year's Evil and then gets to Vengeance Day, she's gonna retain, okay? She's not losing the belt at those shows. It's just not happening. When you have Stand and Deliver right there. If she champion in February, you might as well wait 2 months. Okay? If she champion in February at Vengeance Day, you might as well wait 2 months. What's the rush? What are you waiting? What are you rushing for? Like, what's happening on the main roster that needs Roxanne Perez? It doesn't, okay? Roxanne Perez needs to be champion all the way through to Stand and Deliver so Julia can have her big moment at Stand and Deliver when she beats her. So, what does that mean? That means Julia can't win the Iron Survivor because if she does, she has to face her at New Year's Evil or Vengeance Day, which will not happen. So you're probably going to look at either a Sol Ruka win or a Stephanie win or maybe even a Zarya win. They will go on to New Year's Evil or Vengeance Day, however far you want to go. Probably New Year's Evil. So That's why I'm actually kind of leaning toward maybe even a Sol Ruka, because you want Sol Ruka to lose on a TV show. Maybe you don't want Stephanie or Zarya to lose on Tuesday. So maybe you have Sol Ruka win. She loses to Roxanne Perez at New Year's Evil. Then you set up Zarya and maybe even Stephanie at Vengeance Day. And then you have Julia winning the title at Stand and Deliver. So that's my thought process here. Julia will have the big show, the big opportunity to win on the biggest stage. Other thing to think about is what's happening at Stand and Deliver. Well, every WrestleMania, you have a lot of folks heading into town. Okay, a lot of people coming to the same location as WrestleMania, the same place as WWE, right? In order to like piggyback off the WrestleMania atmosphere and WrestleMania, the vibes, the show, the fans in attendance there. They come to other shows, they come to other promotions. That's why every year all the other promotions come to the same city. Now, why is that important for Julia? Well, the entire Joshi scene is coming to Las Vegas, right? Stardom is coming to Las Vegas. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling is coming. I think Sendai Girls are coming. And more importantly, Marigold are coming, okay? Everybody's coming to Las Vegas for WrestleMania weekend to have their own shows. Sari is coming, okay? All of her friends and family members and folks that she knows, Rossi Ogawa, Fuka, Nanae, Mai Sakurai, all her friends from Marigold, Sari, they're all going to be there. All of her Joshi fans and her Joshi friends are going to be there. That's a perfect time to have her win her match. Can you imagine Julia beating freaking Roxanne Perez with Rossi Ogawa there, Fuka, Nanae, all her buddies from Marigold? It's the perfect time for all her Joshi friends to be there. Then Triple H says, hey, see Joshi folk, see Utami, see, because Stardom will be there. So you're going to have all the people from Stardom, freaking Mayu Iwatani, Saya Kamatani, Micah, even though I don't like Micah that much. Micah will be there. Starlight Kid, Azumi, all these talents from Stardom and Marigold and Joshi Pro Wrestling, they'll all be there. And you say, hey, see, Julia just won the championship here right in front of your eyes. This could be you. This could be you. This could be your dream. This could be your success here. This could be your journey. Okay, it's the perfect time. It makes sense for Triple H and the WWE. It makes sense for the storyline. It makes sense for them building her up as the new face. They did that with Cody Rhodes to have his big moment on the big stage. They did that with Trick Williams last year. Julia will win at Stand and Deliver. Case closed, okay? So, it makes too much sense. Makes way too much sense. So, if Julia will win the belt at Stand and Deliver, and she'll go around with all her friends there in attendance, all her Joshi friends, all her family members there, showing off the belt, right? Rossi will get her picture. So you have a picture with Rossi and Julia with the belt, right? That makes sense for everyone there. It makes sense all around, right? So that means before that can happen, before we get to Stand and Deliver, we need to have a reason why she'll be out of the title picture. Maybe you have Zarya win Iron Survivor or Stephanie, keep her away from the main picture. Maybe you have a feud with Stephanie. Maybe Zarya wins Iron Survivor. Maybe Stephanie blames Julia for the Iron Survivor loss. They get into a feud. There are things you can do. You can drag it out, okay? It's the time for Julia to beat Roxanne Perez is Stand and Deliver. It makes too much sense. Am I wrong? Stephanie versus Julia should be the Stand and Deliver match for the title. No, I disagree with you. Okay, I disagree. It shouldn't be. It should be Roxanne Perez. Okay, Roxanne Perez is not losing before Stand and Deliver. Okay, I already broke it down. She's not losing on TV, so that takes New Year's Evil out. She's not losing at Vengeance Day, because if she does lose, whoever wins the belt gets a 2-month reign. That sounds silly. A 2-month reign before Julia will be champion coming out of Stand and Deliver. Period. Case closed. She's the main character, clearly. So if that's the case, why not just have Roxanne Perez run it all the way to Stand and Deliver? Have her have a big moment. She dethrones Roxanne Perez. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't make it more complicated by having Stephanie beat Roxanne and then have a short reign and then lose to Julia. It doesn't make sense, okay? Let Roxanne run it the entire way. If you're gonna beat, if you're gonna have Stephanie take the belt from Roxanne, you should have did it by now. You shouldn't have waited till Vengeance Day, okay? Roxanne is not losing on TV, so New Year's Evil is out of here. If they're gonna have her win the belt, they would have done it by now. That's not happening. So let Roxanne Perez build her up, have all this equity, all this stakes, all the stock in Roxanne Perez. You have a lot invested in her. Let her carry the belt all the way to Stand and Deliver, get the rematch. Another thing to keep in mind, right? Zarya has pinned Roxanne. Stephanie has pinned Roxanne. Who hasn't pinned her? Julia. Why? Because she's the main character, and her pin will come on the biggest stage. She will pin Roxanne Perez. Guys, she got to get her payback. This has to happen, right? Narratively. You have Julia face Roxanne, right? Julia got screwed by Cora Jade. Are you telling me that Roxanne is not going to get her comeuppance? She's not going to get her Julia won't get her payback? That's what you're telling me? That doesn't make sense, right? Julia got screwed big time. Got to get back to that, which means Julia will have to beat Roxanne at some point. That point will happen at the biggest stage at Stand and Deliver. This is simple, straightforward stuff. That match happened. She got screwed. When will she get her payback? When will she get her pin on her? It has to happen. When it happens, Roxanne will still be champion. When it happens, it'll be the biggest stage. When it happens, it'll be at Stand and Deliver. So she can't win Iron Survivor. She got to lose. And it's a perfect place to protect her, right? You got everybody taking pins, right? It's very easy to protect her there. You have Roxanne on the sidelines watching. You have Stephanie getting pins. Got Zarya getting pins. Got Julia getting pins. Julia gets close, but somebody just beats her by one pin. Whether it's Stephanie, whether it's Zarya, she loses out one pin. She's sitting there. She's sad. She's depressed. Like, damn, I lost it again. I lost my chance. You build her up again. More sympathy, more support from the fans. And then when it comes the crescendo at the big stage, she wins, big pop. Rossi's there, her friends are there, Nanae, Fuka, Mai Sakurai, Marai, all our friends from Marigold are there, all our friends from the damn Josie scene, Sari's there. It's the perfect time to do it. I'm not gonna hear it like from anything. I'm not gonna like take any like ifs, ands, or buts, okay? She should win it at Stand and Deliver with all her friends there, okay? With the entire Josie scene there. I'm not gonna, I can't hear it. Anything else? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. You can try to convince me, okay? But she should beat Roxanne Perez at Stand and Deliver with all of the Josie stands and the Josie folks watching. All right. Julia Rhodes, Trick Williams. Last year, Trick Williams. When did he beat Ilya? He beat Ilya at Stand and Deliver, right? Before that, he had to face Carmella Hayes, right? So maybe Julia faces Stephanie on the road. Maybe Julia faces Zarya on the road to Stand and Deliver, similar to what they did with Trick Williams. You can have Stephanie lose to Julia on the road. Stephanie gets called up ultimately anyway, because I think this is what I would do. I would have Julia be the face of NXT, and I'll call Stephanie up, right? So if Stephanie's getting called up in the draft, and Julia will be in NXT as a face, then why have Stephanie? You might well do the match. Do Stephanie against Julia on the road to Stand and Deliver. Stephanie loses, gets called up anyway, right? Julia will be there, have her match with Roxanne. Julia carries on as champion, face of the company in NXT. Roxanne gets called up. Stephanie gets called up. That's what I would do. What say you? Let's see. Trick beat Ilya before the draft on NXT. Yes, he beat him at Stand and Deliver. Trick fought Melo at Stand and Deliver. I don't remember anymore. Let me see. That sounds about right. When is Trick win the championship? I don't remember. Trick Williams cage match. I'm getting my matches mixed up. Maybe Trick won. Let me see. Stand and Deliver. Oh, Carmella Hayes. You're right. He did beat Carmella Hayes. We need to win the belt. We need to get the belt off Ilya. That was spring breaking. Okay, never mind. You're right. spring breaking. Fair. It's more Cody. So not really Trick Williams. It's more Cody, right? It's Cody thing. Winning on the biggest stage. That's Cody. That's not really Trick. Gotcha. I stand corrected. But we get my point. Stand deliver. Everybody's there. Margold, Stardom, all her friends are there. She beats her on the biggest stage. It makes too much sense, all right? As far as the men goes, I think for the men, I think it's going to be Wesley. I think Wesley wins the Iron Survivor. They haven't done Wesley one-on-one with Trick Williams yet, I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't gotten Wesley against Trick yet. I think that's the move to make. I think you have Wesley win the Iron Survivor. Any objection to that? I think that makes sense. Where is my Wesley? Weird. But yeah, I think Wesley wins. Makes sense. I mean, I don't know why you would do anything else. I mean, who else? I mean, you could think about the young OG. Nah, I wouldn't do that yet. I want to do a heel against Trick Williams. So you have Wesley win. I don't know the makeup of that match yet. Who else besides Wesley and the young OG? I don't know. Javon Evans has been lighting up, but I don't think it's time to do that with Javon Evans. I think you do Wesley, get Wesley in that match with Trick Williams at the New Year's Evil, or maybe at the I keep forgetting the name of these damn pillies. I don't say that much. Vengeance Day. Yeah, one of the two. So yeah, I would do that. Let Wesley win the Iron Survivor. Yeah, no other option really. The perfect person. That was easy. Wesley was easy. Yeah, the men's kind of straightforward, I think. There's no one else. The men's division is lacking, right? So let's have Wesley win that match. That's what we do. Not mess around with it. So yes, Wesley for the men. The women, 3 options: Zarya, Soruka, Stephanie. The more I think about it, the more I think Soruka should win. Why? Because you can have a Stephanie Julia feud on the path to Stand and Deliver. You can have Jordan Grace, because they have to go back to the Jordan Grace spear. If you don't remember, Zarya at the ECW arena, he speared Jordan Grace by accident, right? Gotta get back to that at some point. They didn't do that for no reason. That happened for a reason. So maybe you have Zarya against Zarya against Jordan Grace as a feud. You have Stephanie against Julia as a feud. Soruka wins the Iron Survivor. That's a big moment. Because you remember, Soruka hasn't had a big moment yet in NXT. No singles win. No singles title, right? No singles title for Soruka. Has she won the Iron Survivor before? Has Soruka won the Iron Survivor before? If the answer is no, that could be something to give her on the way out, right? No. Okay. She hasn't. So, Soruka, you've been great, a great talent. You've been reliable, awesome talent. We love you here. So here you go. We're going to give you this Iron Survivor win. A win with the likes of Zarya, Stephanie, and Julia in the match. You're going to win this match. You're going to have a match against Roxanne at New Year's Evil. Roxanne cheats with Cora, whatever. Then we call you up early, similar to what we did with Tiffany. But we're going to give you this, give you something, right? During that match, Stephanie and Julia, during the Iron Survivor Challenge, got a little bit of a dispute, get a little bit of a little conflict there. They get upset at each other. That starts a little feud. Maybe Zarya will get upset, go on a rampage, a heel run, and then Jordan Grace will come in to get her, make that make sense. Because again, gotta go back to it. Gotta go back to that moment where she got speared by Zarya. They didn't do that for no reason. They did it for a reason. So then once Zarya goes on a rampage, then you have the big superhero Jordan Grace come to deal with her, right? That's what I would do. So yeah, give that to Soruka. Let her have something. And then ultimately, once Stephanie and Julia are done, Julia beats Stephanie. Julia goes on to Stand and Deliver and takes on Roxanne Perez. Now, who does Roxanne face at a Vengeance Day? It could be Soruka. If Soruka faces her at New Year's Evil, then it could be Zarya. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I would do. I think Stephanie gets called up in the draft, regardless. If that's the case, she's not winning a singles title, and that's fine. Bianca did not win a singles title. Stephanie doesn't need it. She doesn't need an NXT run as a champion. She is legit. She's ready to go. Call her up in the draft. Let Stephanie and Julia have their match on the road to Stand and Deliver. Call Stephanie up. Okay? Stephanie went from 190K followers to 400. Yeah, I believe it. WWE is a very powerful entity. Zarya will probably defeat Fallon at New Year's Evil. That's kind of fast. I think Zarya, she'll have her that's fast. I think Fallon Henley will be champion all the way to Stand and Deliver, honestly. Maybe. Do you see Zarya going after the women's North American title? Possible. Anything possible. NXT is the hardest to predict by far. It's the hardest to predict, especially when they brought in Zarya and Stephanie. It got really, really hard to predict. I won't pretend like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the booking. I just think the Julia thing makes way too much sense for Stand and Deliver. It makes way too much sense for her to have her crowning moment with Rossi and Fuka and Nanae all there. It makes too much sense not to have her crowning moment at Stand and Deliver with all her friends and the entire Joshi world watching. It makes way too much sense not to do that. So that's what's going to happen. Now you can debate who will she face. It makes too much sense to be Roxanne. It has to be Roxanne Perez. I don't want to see a short reign for Stephanie or Zarya. It makes too much sense. Just have Roxanne go all the way to Stand and Deliver, have Julia beat her there, and that's that. Zarya will beat her at Fallon at Vengeance Day. That's possible. Does Grace? Yes. Jordan Grace will skip NXT for sure. She'll skip it. She may have a match against Zarya here or there, but she'll skip it. She'll go into Royal Rumble, and that'll be that. I don't see her. I mean, they're already talking about bringing in NXT folks for the 3-hour SmackDown and the 3-hour Raw. If that's the case, why the hell wouldn't you just bring up Jordan Grace? I think Jordan Grace, Last Legend, Jakara, and Soruka will be your 4 that go up to the main roster before the draft. Similar to Tiffany Stratton. Remember how Tiffany came up early because Charlotte Flair got injured? I think Soruka, Lash, Jakara, and Jordan Grace will be inserted into the main roster before the draft, before Mania. That's my prediction. A tag team, Lash and Jakara, a top star who can go right at the top, Jordan Grace, and then Soruka, who's also like a top star. So maybe Soruka to SmackDown, maybe Jordan Grace to Raw, and then a tag team, Lash and Jakara. What he needs to do is use those damn women that are in catering. That's what he needs to do. Don't need to call up anyone beyond those 4. You got Blair Davenport doing nothing. Where's Lara Valkyria? What is she doing? Where is maybe Kiana James is injured. Where is the Party Birds? I keep calling them the Party Birds. Life of the Party, where are they at? Kaden and Katana Chance. There's people in the mid card not being used. So let's start there. Before you call up anybody, use the women on the card or in the roster, and then you can call up those 4. Lash, Jakara, Jordan Grace. That's not really a call up, that's a new signing. And then Soruka. That's gonna be my 4. EG Dame is still in it. She needs to be pushed in NXT. Like, she's not being called up anytime soon, but she needs a NXT run. Michin, yeah, there's people to be used. Tatum, Paxley, if you want to do Tatum and Lyra Valkyria, call her up. If not, let her stay in NXT. You need to have a plan. If you want to push Lyra and Tatum as a tag team legitimate, then call her up. If not, stay down in NXT where you're being used, okay? So that's my thought process. So this is what I would do. To wrap it all up, this is what I would do. Soruka wins the Honor Survivor, reward her for all her work, give her some accomplishment, give her some accolade that she never got. Soruka winning the Honor Survivor, and Wesley. Bada bing, bada boom, called it. I live long and prosper. Yeah, Alba and Aladon not being used. Yeah, use your women on the card first. I keep saying on the card. Use your women on the roster first before you call up anyone else, because it's just gonna be even more people in the mid card doing nothing. So use the people first, then call people up. Oh, the men. Just a good point. Men is harder to predict because they need the men down there. They need guys. So calling them up would be kind of bad for NXT. I think the women will be called up more so than the men. Yeah. I'm not going to call any name for the men yet. They need Wesley. They need that talent. They need the talent down there. There's no one else to call up, really. They need bodies. They need all those people. So no, I would say that the mid card gets used more on the main roster, and no NXT call-ups that I can think of that are obvious for the men. Let them stay down there and use those talent. But women, yes. 4 women. That's what I would do. Lash Shikara, Jordan Grace, who's not really a call-up, and Soruka, that's it. Wesley needs to be used down there, though. They need the bodies. Nightwing joining Raw. I don't think anybody's joining Raw from the men's side yet. I think the men need to stay where they're at. Unless it's King? No. I mean, I can look at the men roster real quick. Let's look at the men roster real quick on NXT. I think they need the bodies, but let's see. NXT men division. Superstars. Nobody comes to mind because they need everybody they can. I mean, you could argue maybe, nah. Well, here's one name I'll give. Here's one name. Well, it's one name, but it's 2 people. Fraxium. Nathan Frazier and Axiom, maybe. They've been down there for a long time. Right now, they're hyping up the men's division for the tag team scene. The show ended last night with the tag team division being highlighted. So maybe they drop the belts soon. They call up that tag team? Maybe. That's about it. Anything else? No, I don't see it. But let me look at that roster first. Let me make sure. I could be wrong. Let's see. NXT. Nathan Frazier and Axiom is an option. Rest of them need to stay down there. Where's the drop down? What's going on here? Here it is. Okay. NXT. Let's see. Andrew Chase. Yeah. Brooks Jensen. No. Charlie Dempsey. No. Ethan Page. No. Devon Evans. No. Josh Briggs. Maybe. But that's a mid card signing. So I don't know. Rich Holland. No. I mean, you could do Rich Holland. No, why not? But it's not really exciting, right? Sean Spears, no. Tavion Heights, no. Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe call up Fraction, but that's it. Obafemi? Boy, if you take away Obafemi from Shawn Michaels, I mean, if I'm Triple H, I'll love it. If I'm Triple H, but Shawn Michaels would be suffering, man. That would be rough for Shawn Michaels. As I always say, that would be rough. That'd be rough. All right, let's move on. Okay, Soruka, Wesley, Julia, win the title, at Stand to Deliver. Let's talk Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill now, all right? So, the fall cometh for the tag team Bianca and Jade. The fall is cometh. Why? Well, What else is there to do? Okay. I ask you guys, what else is there to do? What else? Right now, they're at the top of the women's division, literally. They're facing off against the champions, the world champions back to back. They beat Nia Jax and Tiffany. They beat Liv Morgan and Raquel. What else is there to do? Nothing else. I believe this tag team is now coming to a close. It's been a long year, folks. Okay? It's been a long year for Bianca Belair fans like me. Let's do a quick recap, okay? They came together before WrestleMania. Her and Naomi, Bianca, Jade, and Naomi for the big three. They won at WrestleMania. They went after the tag team titles. They beat Asuka and Kairi Sane. And they haven't looked back. They dropped the belts at Clash of the Castle to Aladon and Alba Fire. They got it back. And they've been champions the entire time. Basically every week saying, who gonna stop us? Who gonna stop us? We elevated the women's division without actually having any type of storyline of note. No real friction or conflict between the two. For example, what's happening in NXT with Fraxium. Always some type of issue with Nathan Frazier and Axiom. They did not do that with Bianca and Jade. It never happened. They've been on the same page for the most part. They've been defending their titles and saying, who gonna stop us? Who gonna stop us? That's been the entire run. Now they've run through everybody. They beat Io Sky and Kairi Sane. They beat Alba Fire and Aladon. They beat Tiffany and Nia. I'm surprised by that. I thought that Tiffany and Nia Jax feud would be longer and more important. That was not the case. They used that feud to build up to War Games. Okay. They beat Liv Morgan and Raquel. Okay. They beat Lash and Jakara. They even beat, who am I missing? Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. It's over. At the top of the damn show, the main event on Raw, they beat Liv and Raquel. It's over. Okay. So now moving over to War Games, they'll beat the champions again, right? Because it seems to me, based on what happened this previous Raw, right? We have in the previous Raw, we have Liv, Raquel, Nia, and Tiffany coming down to interfere. It backfires. It doesn't help because Io and Naomi come down, right? So they're going to beat them probably again in War Games, right? And that'll be that again. So what happens now? Got to break up. How does it happen? When does it happen? I'm not sure. But I do believe I'll be surprised, I will say, if this I'll be surprised if it lasts longer than Rumble. They haven't faced PFC right? PFC still is waiting there. If you remember, Shayna Baszler tapped out Jade Cargill. Okay, that happened. It was supposed to happen, but it happened, right? They can always go back to that match, right? And I think they can use that to take the belts off of them. So whenever it's time to lose the belts, they can lose it to PFC. You reward PFC with the belts, right? And PFC is then the heel transition champions, right? They're transitional for whoever beats them. Maybe Asuka and Kairi Sane. Maybe you have the Kabuki Warriors beat PFC at WrestleMania. So you need a heel transitional team. Use PFC, okay? So we can use that. They haven't faced PFC yet. Bianca and Jade lose to PFC, not straight up, right? Cheating, or maybe there's some conflict between the two. And then it happens, right? So my question is, what do you want to see from the breakup? You want them to feud against each other? Do you want to see an actual feud? I'm not confident we're going to get that. Why? Well, Triple H is booking it. That's number one. Two, so many people think it's going to be WrestleMania, right? That's what you see online. A non-title Bianca Belair Jade Cargill feud leading to Mania. Here's my problem with that thought process, okay? Here's my problem with that. That's unprecedented. It's unprecedented. It's never happened before, right? We've never had a non-title singles feud at Mania for the women. That's number one. So if it happens, it's the first of its kind, right? Number two, Bianca Belair has a undefeated streak at WrestleMania. They're invested in it. She's invested in it. Okay. Do you have a scenario where Bianca Belair, who has carried Jade Cargill, let's be clear, she held her hand and gave her the rub for an entire year. And you say, okay, Bianca, now you go to Mania, and that WrestleMania streak you have, you're gonna lose it to Jade Cargill. So you took an entire year building her up. Now your Mania streak is over because we're gonna put over Jade. Is it possible? Sure. I'm having a hard time picturing that. Okay, or you have Bianca Belair beat Jade Cargill. It's possible, but okay, Jade, your first Mania match is Bianca Belair. Your first Mania feud is Bianca Belair. Your first singles feud is Bianca, and she beats you. Does that track? For Triple H, the first Mania feud for Jade Cargill is Bianca. Her end game, her biggest match, is her first match, and then it's over. That doesn't sound like a Triple H thing. That sounds like a Vince thing. So I'll ask you, when does this match happen? When does the feud take place? Will there be a feud? Will they break up in a nice way? Maybe they have a mutual understanding and a breakup. I don't know. But I'll ask you guys. Maybe Bianca turns heel after losing her Mania streak. Here's the thing about the Mania streak. I believe Triple H wants that for the Rhea Ripley feud. I believe he wants that intact for when it's time to do Bianca Rhea Ripley. So here's my thing, guys. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley is the biggest match you can make. It's a match she's saving, clearly, right? Do you sacrifice the Mania streak for Jade Cargill? We know Triple H loves him Rhea Ripley. He loves him some Rhea Ripley, right? He loves Rhea and Bianca. You can do title versus streak at Mania if you want Bianca and Jade, not Bianca and Jade. If you want Bianca and Rhea Ripley to main event a Mania, the streak is an important part of that to build up the hype. You have streak versus title. Rhea's champion, Bianca has a streak. What happens when they get in the ring at Mania, main event, night one? That's huge. I think Triple H is saving the Mania streak for that match, for that storyline. Do you burn the Mania streak on Jade Cargill in a non-title match? Does that track? Do you buy that? You're going to burn the Mania streak on a non-title match with Jade Cargill? It's possible, sure. I'm asking you guys. I'm not sure I buy it. So if Bianca's going to beat Jade, then Jade turns heel, then I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I do not know. That's an honest question. That's an honest answer. I don't know. If Jade was facing Bianca, they would already have Jade wrestling singles matches. That's another good point, Soccer TV. You're not wrestling singles matches. So now you're saying, Bianca, we want you to carry Jade Cargill in a Mania match and then put her over? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, Chief. PFC are the only heels on Raw, though. Rhea Ripley at champ again. That's kind of afraid. Yeah, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. She's going to beat Liv Morgan. She'll be champion for a year heading into Mania. Now, if you knew you're getting Bianca versus Rhea Ripley at Mania 42, would you mind? Would you be upset if Rhea Ripley were champion heading into Mania if you knew you're going to get Rhea Ripley Bianca? If you knew that was what you're gonna get, if you knew that was the end game, would you be upset by that? Jade is still green in the ring. I agree. Anything you want, but no PFC, please. Well, who's gonna take the belts off of them? A lot of people want to see Asuka and Kairi Sane get their big moment at Mania. If you want them to get their big moment at Mania, well then who do they beat? A PFC. That's what you do. All right. If you're booking it, they split with mutual respect. That's possible, JB. It's possible to have them break up mutually in a good way Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to put them against each other. You don't have to put them against each other. You don't. You do not have to make them fight. You don't. Bianca should beat Rhea Ripley at 41. Oh. Rhea will be facing Liv Morgan at 41, folks. Candice can do what Tiffany couldn't. Liv and Raquel are going to be the ones to beat Bianca. I'd be surprised by that. Bianca and Jade, well, yeah, I'd be surprised by that. Bianca and Jade are friends outside of WWE. Yep. When they have a feud on screen, it'll be a good feud because they care about each other and they'll make it work well whenever that happens. But you could have a scenario where Jade and Bianca splits in a good way, a nice way, out of respect, and then go their separate ways. They don't have to fight. Folks want to see it, but it doesn't have to happen. It just doesn't. Especially if you don't want Jade's first Mania match to be Bianca. You want to save it for later, then you don't burn it now, right? That way Jade Cargill can have her win at Mania without without jeopardizing Bianca's WrestleMania streak. They should do Bianca and Jade versus Candice and Nia Jax. Will that be different from Nia and Tiffany? For sure, right? I didn't think about that. That's possible, I guess. I just think the ship has sailed on Tiffany Nia and Liv Raquel. That's over. I think when it comes to the Women's Royal Rumble, here are my three options. I'd be shocked if anyone other than these three win the Rumble. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Jade Cargill. Those are my three favorites for Mania. If you do Jade Cargill winning the Rumble, well, then that makes sense for the split because now she's a singles competitor, right? Chasing Nia Jax potentially, right? I can see Nia against Jade Cargill. I can see that. Some things I can't see, some things I can't track. I can see a scenario where they put Nia Jax and Jade Cargill in a Mania match. I can see a Bianca Belair Charlotte Flair match. I'm struggling to see Triple H doing Jade Cargill Bianca this early. It can happen for sure. I'm struggling to picture that. So again, breakup is happening. The break cometh, okay? The question is when? Very soon. We may have some teases in maybe even like the War Games match. The last time they're in a tag match, Bianca went to hit somebody, I think it was Liv, and she ducked. She almost hit Jade Cargill. They're doing these little teases of like accidental hits, like these accidents almost happening, but Bianca stopping herself, right? They're teasing like a little bit of like physical altercations, okay? Accidentally. Will there be an actual hit in War Games? Will Bianca actually hit her by accident in War Games? Could that happen? Could Jade hit Bianca by accident in War Games? They're teasing that kind of thing. They're teasing those moments, so that could happen. Will that mean anything for like the ultimate feud? No, but they're teasing some issues between the two in terms of sequencing in the ring, like not on the same page. Hey, move out the way, kind of things, you know. So nothing like malicious. Like Bianca doesn't want to actually hit Jade Cargill. Jade doesn't want to actually hit Bianca, but they're showing some stuff in the ring where things can happen. We'll see if that happens at War Games. Probably, likely. If they're teasing it now, then yeah. You think they'll do Bianca and Jade at Mania? Possible. If Charlotte versus Jade happens, what will Bianca do? I have Charlotte against my scenario. Jade faces Nia Jax. Bianca faces Charlotte Flair. That's my scenario. Because Charlotte, I don't believe she'll lose to Jade Cargill. I don't see that happening. I do see Nia Jax losing to Jade Cargill. I can see that. So of the three, Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill against Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill against Nia Jax. The easiest to see a win for Jade is Jade Cargill against Nia Jax. I can see that clearly. Oh, by the way, when it comes to War Games, Bianca Belair hitting the KOD on Nia Jax, a lock for War Games. I thought about it now. That's what we're waiting for. They've been teasing the Nia Jax KOD. They teased it at Queen of the Ring tournament. They teased it during the latest tag team match on SmackDown. I think they're going to have it at War Games. So Bianca Belair will hit the KOD on Nia Jax at War Games. It'll be a big moment because I don't think they're going to go back to that freaking feud. I don't think we're going to go back to Bianca Jade with Tiffany or Candice and Nia Jax. I don't want to see it. I think after she gets KOD'd and they lose anyway, we're going to get the big moment where Charlotte Flair returns to SmackDown after Survivor Series. And that's going to change the entire scene. The entire scene of the women's division will change when Charlotte Flair comes back. So I have Charlotte Flair coming back, SmackDown after War Games, big pop. She gets right into the title picture against Nia Jax. I don't see Bianca and Jade going back to Nia Jax, Tiffany, or Candice LeRae at all. So if that's the case, then the big KOD has to happen at War Games. And I can see that. That's a big stage. It can happen there. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. KOD, War Games, folks, on Nia Jax. Save Charlotte Flair for the Rumble? No. Bring her back in November. Similar to Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai has been ready for a while, but they waited until Crown Jewel was over because Io Sky and Kairi Sane were in a feud with Bianca and Jade for the tag titles, so they waited for that to be over, then brought her back. I think Charlotte Flair had been ready. It's been over almost a year now. It typically takes 9 months to recover. She's been ready. She's waiting for the storyline now. She's ready physically. It's about when you bring her in for the story. After Survivor Series is the best time for Charlotte Flair to come back. You build towards Rumble with Charlotte Flair on the TV. That's what I would do. So yeah, Bianca Jade, that's coming to a close, folks. Coming to a close. So in conclusion, what we talk about? We said, I've said Soruka wins Iron Survivor. I said Wesley wins the Iron Survivor for the men. I say Bianca and Jade lose their titles within the next 2 months here. Maybe the PFC. So PFC can then lose it to the Kabuki Warriors at Mania. And you have Bianca and Jade go their separate ways to an extent. I don't see them in a feud at WrestleMania. It could happen, but I don't see it yet. But we see anything can happen. We'll see. Charlotte Flair is interesting. She's an interesting dynamic for the women's division. They can do a lot of things with Bianca and Charlotte Flair. They could do things with Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill. Nia Jax is there, so we'll see. Not to mention Tiffany. What's happening with her Money in the Bank? I don't know. Winner take all at War Games. That's never going to happen, but I like the idea. Never going to happen. Baddies 2.0. Oh, you're going to do Jade Cargill, Lash, and Jakara? Not bad. One thing I will say, having Jade Cargill face off against Lash Legend at points over the last month didn't help Jade Cargill's positioning, in my opinion. I think Lash Legend looked just as much of a star as Jade Cargill was. Just as much of a star. And she looked better in the ring. And it had those two face off a couple times. It didn't help Jade Cargill's status as like someone that has to be protected, someone that has to be pushed. It didn't help. That's all I'm going to say. I think Lash looked great in the ring up against Jade Cargill and Bianca. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. No shade, that's all I'm going to say. I think Lash looked very good in the ring. And she looked like a star in her own right next to Jade Cargill. But they could do the Baddies 2.0. They could do that. Lash and Carl looked good last night as well, by the way. Speaking of last night, you guys see NXT with Chase U? It's over, folks. It is over for Chase U, it looks like. If Ridge Holland beats Andre Chase next week, Chase U is over. And I think it's the right approach. I think it's the right decision. I think Thea Hale and Duke and all these people have been sitting in Chase U doing nothing really substantial. I think it's time to break it up. Chase U had a good run, but it's over now. Let Thea Hale leave Chase U. Let Thea Hale be her own person, her own single competitor. Let her chase the North American title. I can see Thea Hale beating Fallon Henley at Stand and Deliver or whatever. But I think it's time to do something with Thea and the rest of Chase U. Let them go their separate ways. in this university, and that'll be that. I think Chase U served his purpose. Now it's time to move on. It's over. It's over for that faction. So yes, that's what I would do. Andre Chase, I don't know what the plans are for you, Andre Chase, but it's time to end that faction. Unless you want to bring in new people, fresh people, but like a complete new class, maybe. But no, I think Thea and then I think they all need to leave. Let Thea Hale get out of there. You're doing nothing for a long time. Yeah, it's over for Chase U. What else happened? Jada Parker had a promo. She'll be in War Games. Not War Games. She'll be in Iron Survivor. Andre Chase needs to ditch the gimmick. Yeah, he needs to. I don't know what the plans are for him. Main roster, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that's gonna work on the main roster. Does Roxanne go to the main roster after Raw? Raw after Mania, or do they wait until the draft? Wait until the draft. Roxanne goes up in the draft. When Julia versus Stephanie happens, you just know they're gonna both be friends. Yeah, they're gonna be friends, of course. They're friends now. They're good friends now. Once you see Roxanne on SmackDown, well, once the draft happens, it'll be like it'll all be shaken up, right? You have the Netflix show, you have the 3-hour USA show. Well, 3-hour show is only until Mania. Never mind. So, never mind. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who they want for Netflix, because Netflix has their preferences. Netflix wants all the big stars. So how they split the talent? I think Cody Rhodes will be on Netflix. I think Roman might be on Netflix as well. So what does that leave for SmackDown? I don't know. SmackDown might get the short end of the stick because Netflix is paying a lot of money. You're happy that Chase U was over? Yeah, it should be over now. It should be over. All right, let's talk some spoilers. All right, so if you want to hear nothing, if you want to know nothing about what happened on Monday Night Raw, leave now. Here's your warning. Do 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 do. Here's your warning, okay? I'm going to talk about a little spoilers from Raw. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you don't know, on Raw, we had a return. Somebody returned to shake up the women's division again. Rhea Ripley returned to Monday Night Raw. Okay, so there's speculation about how long she'd be out. Some people said, "Oh, she'll be back at WrestleMania." Not WrestleMania. That's way too long. Some people said she'll be back at Rumble. Right? That did not happen. She got a mask and she's back. All right. She's back now. That's my only real spoiler I know. She came out to greet her new teammates. So the 5 is Rhea Ripley, Bianca, Jade, Io, and Naomi taking on Liv, Raquel, Tiffany, Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae. Has a mask on her face, and she's getting along with Bianca and Jade and Io. A lot of people freaking out online about Io Sky and Bianca Belair being teammates. So, like, I don't care. Does it make sense? No, not really. But if you accept that Bianca Belair blames Bayley for everything, like everything's Bayley's fault, if that's your premise, if that's your point you're going to make, then it's fine. It worked fine. Io Sky did a lot of bad stuff, but hey, she blames Bayley for taking her down the wrong path. That's just the storyline. Is it great? No, but that's the story. I'm not going to whine and complain about it and make a big deal about it. It is what it is. So we can complain all day about it, but ultimately it is what it is. Now, Rhea Ripley has get a lot of crap online, but that's nothing new, right? So people are upset that she's back. They said, hey, we're enjoying the women's division. We were enjoying not having her around. Not just Rhea Ripley haters or Liv Morgan people. Like, A lot of people online were kind of like, dang, I thought we were going to have her out of the picture for a while. Some people are getting tired of her booking, but the fans are not. The fans, by that I mean the fans in the crowd, they don't care about that. They're enjoying Rhea Ripley. They love her. She's over. Online, the hate is online. It's not in the arena. So the fans were happy to see her back. She came back. She literally did what I thought they were going to do. I said, if they bring back Rhea Ripley, she's going to come up and say, War Games. That's exactly what she did. The one clip I saw, she said War Games. She came down to the ring. So yeah, we're going to get that match. I think the babyfaces will win because Rhea Ripley is coming off of a very bad kayfabe attack by Raquel and Liv Morgan. You can't have Raquel and Liv Morgan do that to her on NXT and have her lose her next big match. No. So Rhea she'll beat them. Team Rhea Ripley will beat them, right? They'll justify it by having Nia beat Naomi next week. Well, not next week, this week, right? So they're using all these title matches for the tag titles, for the singles titles. It's all building toward War Games, right? So Bianca and Jade beat Liv and Raquel. They beat Nia Jax and Tiffany. Now you have Nia Jax beat Naomi. And you're probably going to have Liv Morgan beat Io. So the Go Home Raw is coming up, right? So you can have Io Sky lose to Liv Morgan on the Go Home Raw. That'll give Liv Morgan a win. Jax will beat Naomi. That'll give her a win, right? So both champions will be having wins, and then they lose to Team Rhea Ripley at War Games. So that makes sense, right? Kind of evens out the scales. So that's how I see it happening. It's all building toward War Games. These singles matches, Naomi singles match, Io singles match, is all built toward War Games. Would I like to see Io Sky get a more of a reasonable, not reasonable, but more of a legitimate match with time, and maybe you do it at Saturday Night Main Event? That'd be cool. Just don't see it happening. The Io loses before War Games, and then you have the big moment at War Games where Rhea Ripley team wins. What I think happens. You can see Liv Morgan winning. Here's a problem. Again, Rhea Ripley was taken out in a very bad, very vicious way. Blood coming out the eye. Remember that face? Remember that visual? Let me show you again. Rhea attacked. Okay. That visual had her laid out bleeding. Okay. Do you think this woman will return and lose her first match back? Does that track for you? I don't see it happening, folks. I think she beats her. Remember, War Games matches don't have stakes. There's no stakes in those matches. It means nothing. There's no stakes in those matches, right? So if that's the case, then why not have her win the War Games match to get her revenge, right? You think this woman is going to return after this and lose with Triple H booking it? I don't think so. Okay. Again, this is spoiler talk. Spoiler talk, all right? But yeah, I don't see that happening, folks. Any chance Dakota tried to turn on Rhea Ripley? Or Team Rhea Ripley? Yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance. Would I bet money on it? No, but it's a chance. That's what I would do. I'd have Dakota Kai turning at War Games. She feels left out. She feels abandoned by Io Sky. Yeah, you could do that. It'd be interesting to see the championship match. If they do Io against Liv Morgan before War Games, how will Dakota Kai get involved? How will Kairi Sane get involved? Will it be down there? Will they try to help at all? There's things you could do. There are things that you can do. But yeah, you don't have this happen to you, then you lose, right? So Liv Morgan will get her win back. Will get her like her lick back on Io, basically, right? She'll beat Io. Nia Jax will beat Naomi this week, so they'll come in with a win. So when the lose happens when they lose at War Games, it won't be that bad for them, right? Candice will take the pin, I guess. I mean, you can have no. It'll be. I think it'll be Liv again. It'll be Liv again because remember, Liv. Well, no, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it will be Candice LeRae. Liv and Raquel really did her dirty, right? This happened. Look at this. They did her dirty. So they could have her getting pinned here, but probably not. Liv just got pinned by Bianca, so she's been pinned enough recently. She's been pinned enough. You wish you did elimination style for War Games? That could be cool, but no, it's just one pin. It's over. Yeah, that tag team of Bianca, Jade, Rhea Ripley, Io, Naomi. Them losing, it seems tough. Seems like a tough loss. I don't see that coming, folks. That's an overpowered team. I think they win. Yeah, the IWC they freak out. The IWC, I can't. What am I? The IWC would freak out if she lost that match for sure. But that's how it is, man. I don't really care about them anymore these days. Like they can react how they want to react. They get mad all day long. At the end of the day, all I care about is a good story. Are you telling a good story? Period. If you are, then fine. Have Liv Morgan lose. Have her get pinned. As long as it's a good story. That's true. A lot of folks thought that Damage Control were gonna win last year. That didn't happen, right? So let's not get too carried away. Anything can happen, but I'm leaning towards Team Rhea getting the big win back. IWC meltdown. They're gonna. It's funny. They didn't really care about Bianca pinning her, but Rhea Ripley, yeah, they get mad. Damage Control might be over soon, so we'll see how that goes. One thing I'll take note of: once they had Io Sky and War Games by herself, I saw Kairi Sane tweeting about Asuka. So that's funny. I think Kairi Sane feels left out a little bit sometimes. So he's hoping that Asuka comes back because Asuka and her had a run. So when Asuka come back, then they can actually have another tag team run basically. But Kairi Sane is like waiting for Asuka to come back. I think. Really, she really is waiting. Kairi, let me see. Kairi. She is counting down the days until Asuka returns. It's like the next day, right? It is after Io came down there, tweeted about Asuka. Yeah, so she's missing Asuka. That's her actual real tag team partner, you know. Give me a second. Full throttle when merging. So they'll be back. That's the plan. I think the plan is to have her with Asuka again. They're going to tag titles at WrestleMania. Asuka is her big one, so that's what I would do. Asuka and Kairi Sane together for WrestleMania, win a tag title again, beating PFC or whatever, you know. Raw on Netflix. That's my prediction for Becky Lynch. I think Becky's coming back on Raw on Netflix. The first show. She may even open up the show for crying out loud. I don't know. But I think the first Raw on Netflix will be Becky Lynch's time to return. Oh yeah, Shotzi last time. Yeah, that was an interesting time. Shotzi, we're getting a lot of crap online too for War Games inclusion. So online, if you didn't know, Naomi was getting crap from fans. Why Naomi in the match? Where's Kyrie Sane? It should be Kyrie, not Naomi. That was happening. Rhea Ripley, why is she back? Oh wait, Rhea Ripley, why is she back? She should be like, who cares about Rhea Ripley? Why is she back? Yada yada yada. Why is Bianca Belair and Io Sky tag teaming? Shouldn't they hate each other? What's going on there? A lot of discussion about that, but no one talking about the heel team. Liv and Nia Jax were just feuding like 2 seconds ago, but all the talk was on the babyface side. Why Naomi? Why Naomi is there said about Kyrie saying? Why is Naomi even in the match at all? Why is Bianca and Io hanging out together? Why is it's a shame. It's really a shame. It really is. It's a shame. It's a shame. Naomi has never been in War Games, right? Let me look at the War Games roster. Sometimes it's good to have someone else in War Games that's never been. Like Kyrie Sane's been in War Games before. So why not have Naomi in there? It's a different experience, something new for her. I don't mind that. War Games WWE. Let's see the history here. Let's see. War Games match. Uh, Not Blood and Guts. Oh, WWE. Here we go. Dang, there's a lot of people. Um, let's see. Where's the women? Here it is. Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi, Becky versus Damage Control. So Kyrie was in it last year, right? With Asuka. Before that, it was Bianca, uh, Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim against Damage Control. Bailey, Io, Dakota. So Kyrie was in it last year, right? Io's in it every year. Dakota's been in it a while. So maybe it's time to have someone else in there. That's all. I don't see Naomi anywhere. This is her first War Games experience. Nothing wrong with Naomi being there, okay? What about Candice LeRae? She's been in it before. Twice. Candice. Oh yeah, Candice is back in there. There's nothing wrong with that. Looks like Naomi's the first new person, right? On the babyface side. For the faces, Naomi's the first person who's been in the War Games for the other side. Liv Morgan first time, right? Nia Jax first time. Raquel first time? No, she's been there before. Twice. Okay, never mind. So Liv Morgan the first time. Naomi's first time. Nia Jax the first time. Tiffany's first time. So your heel team got a lot of firsts for the heels, right? Oh yeah, Jade, of course. Jade's the first time, of course. Jade Cargill first time, of course. Yes. So Jade and Naomi, Nia, Liv, Tiffany, 5 people first time in War Games. Why does Jade Cargill? When does the Jade Cargill turn happen? If it does have a heel turn, if she does have a heel turn, it'd be sometime in the next 2 months. Sometime in the next 2 months. Yeah, so yeah, I don't really mind Naomi or Jade or Tiffany or Nia Jax, none of that, okay? Kyrie Sane was in it last year. She could miss it this year, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. At all. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What is Bayley gonna do at War Games? Nothing. They're gonna miss Survivor Series. I think Survivor Series will have one women's match probably. Here's the card so far. Men's War Games and the title match here. Bayley will probably be off the card. So no Bayley match, I don't think. We'll probably have one. So War Games matches are very long. So probably 4 matches. Not even 5, like just 4. Just 4 matches. How many matches was it last year? Was it just 4? It was 5. It was 5. The difference here is both women's champions are in the War Games match. That's the difference. Rhea defended here. Santos, Gunther. Yeah, the women will open the show again, for sure. 33 minutes each. There'll be 5 matches. I take it back. There'll be 5. There'll be 5 matches. Because not like it's 40 to 50 minutes. Probably 5. So I'm guessing maybe you do Braun Breaker against somebody. Nah. Maybe you do LA Knight against maybe Wyatt 6. And Triple H likes to open with a bang. He likes to open with a bang. So we're gonna get women will open, the men will close. Men's tag team match. Who? Oh, damn it. Judgment Day against War Raiders. They can do that. Judgment Day against War Raiders. And then Finn Balor can try to screw Priest again on the same show. DIY against Street Profits against Motor City Machine Guns. That'd be cool. No. Bros Wrench. No, that doesn't happen, Bros Wrench. I don't see Bianca Jade versus Julia and Stephanie at all. That's not happening. We're now transitioning to singles for Jade. Not Jade. Well, actually for both of them, right? Both teams. But more specifically, Julia and Stephanie, they're going to be transitioning to singles run now. Their tag run is over. Now it's going to be all about the singles stuff. Did you watch the NXT last night? If you watched NXT, we're now moving towards the I'll show you the singles run for these two. Singles run now. They are respectful enemies. Braun, Sheamus, Ludwig. That'd be good. That'd be good. It's really, really nasty online. Let me pull it up. Let me show you what's happening online with it's really a shame. So Naomi and Kairi Sane. They can't help themselves. They really can't help themselves. It's really just it's a shame. Now, this did not reach my timeline. I had to search for it. Show me the one standout Kairi Sane performance. That's messed up. But already shitting on Kairi Sane's run. Kairi Sane should be in. Naomi, a sneak. Naomi's better. Kairi sucks. Can y'all shut up? Yeah, for real. Wow, they went to cage match ratings. Here's the thing about cage match ratings. Who gives a fuck? These are random people online. Like, these are just random people online. Like, who cares about these people's opinions? Cage match ratings are random users. That's all it is. Can you guess who's Kairi Sane and who's Naomi? That's messed up. First of all, Joshis get... There's bias online for cage match. When it comes to Joshis, there's bias, okay? You mean tell me Kairi Sane has no like really bad matches down here based off of what happened in WWE? Come on. But cage match is very, very nerds. It's very nerdy. It's very, very much Joshi stands on there. So typically you'll see most of the Joshis have 8.0 or higher. So yeah, Kairi Sane will be high for sure. In America, they shit on WWE talent most part. So yeah, who cares about these ratings? Seriously. Naomi and Kairi Sane shouldn't even be in the same sentence. Naomi clears. Undeserved nuke. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a shame. Stop using cage match ratings to make your arguments. It's silly. I want to whine as much as y'all want, but Naomi is going to be part of the War Games match. Kairi not. Kairi and catering. It's really nasty online. Talking about Kairi Sane's match catalog comparing it to Naomi's. Yeah, it's crazy. Her last singles match was against Bianca Belair in 2023. And she underperformed. Yikes. Yeah, I see people saying they don't even watch WWE, but they say Kairi Sane clears. Yeah, it's crazy. Cage match ratings. It's a weird. People use that to like buffer their argument. It's random people online, random users. It means nothing. Okay. Now, if there was a website. Oh wait! Spoilers again. Spoilers for Raw next week. Here is the 5 of them together. The cause of frenzy, right? Rhea, Bianca, Jade, Naomi, Io Sky. Where's Kairi Sane? Where's Bayley? You know? Am I Bianca stan? This is how I describe myself. I'm a very big Bianca Belair fan who will call out, who is honest, okay? I'm an honest Bianca Belair super fan. That's all I'll say. A stan is somebody that I think will defend and no matter what, will act like nothing bad happened ever with their fave, will say it's everybody else's fault. Whenever it's a bad match, no, it's the other person's fault. No, it's the booking's fault. They don't put any blame to their faves. That's like a stan for me. I'm not a stan for Bianca. I'm just a very, very, very big fan of her work and her talent. And I will defend her when it is appropriate. But when things don't make sense, like for example, I say her booking's bad, I will call that out all the time. You know, I'll be honest about the situation. So I don't care. I wouldn't call myself a stan. I think stans are unreasonable. I could have a talk to you about Bianca Belair. And I agree, yes, that part of her reign wasn't good. That wasn't good. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. But stans are a little bit unreasonable, I think. Their worship, yes. Creepy obsession, yes. I don't tweet, like, even my own, like, see anything about Bianca on my screen here? Well, yeah, she is there. New picture, right? But before, it was Sari. At Sari, I had NXT women. I had other stuff, right? I don't talk about Bianca all day long. Look at my tweets here. They're stan accounts, right? They're stan accounts. And, you know, I'm talking about Joshi stuff. You know, I'm talking about NXT. I'm not a stan account, right? when the next Bianca post comes up. So just tweet it at me, okay? But let's see. Talking about Zeta Steel. So yeah, I'm not really. I wouldn't call myself a stan, but she's my favorite wrestler for sure. She's my favorite wrestler. That's a fact. But I'm not a stan. I don't think. Somebody may disagree, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm fairly reasonable, I say. There's like an EO stan account that's kind of annoying. Like there's the EO stands. EO Sky fans, her stands can be very annoying online. Like they are like worshiping. They worship EO like all get outs. It's kind of crazy how much they worship EO Sky. Those stands are kind of creepy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think Zeta still has a ways to go. Zeta Steel is a very good entertainer. She's funny. She's hilarious. She knows how to work a crowd. Her in-ring needs to get there. She's far from ready in-ring wise. She needs NXT, I think. She'll be in NXT for a while if she goes there. She's not ready in-ring. She's nowhere close to Roxanne Perez in-ring. She's like, I can't even like pick the name she is. She has a ways to go in-ring. She's serviceable. She's fine in-ring, but she's not like a C or D in-ring. She's nowhere close. Oh yeah, you can see the EO stand kind of talking about. It's kind of crazy. Like every tweet, like about EO, is kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie, but it's respectful. They don't attack anybody. I don't see, but it's kind of creepy. I think Thea Hill will win the North American title. I hope. Give her something. Give her something. What's going on here? Oh, they uploaded something? TNA Wrestling uploaded something about Naomi. What is this? This like a complete history. That's cool. A complete history of Naomi or Trinity in TNA was uploaded just now. A complete history of Naomi in TNA. I'm not gonna play it because of copyright, but they uploaded her entire run, and that's cool. So check that out later on if you want. That's cool. Oh, look at Solar. Let me read Solar's tweet, or not tweet, but your message here. There's nothing wrong with showing support for your favorite wrestler. Agreed. But a lot of these stands accounts push it to obsessed levels, yes. And sexual undertones. Yeah, you got it, Solar. There you go. There you go. It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy. Even though you're a Kyrie stan yourself, I get along with Solar, okay? You are a Kyrie stan. Or not even, I think you're a Joshi stan. Because you support Kyrie, you support Julia. You're more of a Joshi stan, but you are a respectful, I get along with you well online, Solar. So, I mean no disrespect when I call you that. No disrespect at all. Some of these accounts are kind of weird. Not gonna lie. Yep, it comes from Eminem. Yep, it comes from Eminem. Stan culture. Do you see Masha Slamovich joining WWE as well in the future? I see her working with WWE for sure in NXT. Do I think she's a priority for them? No, but I can see it happening for sure. I think I see a pathway for her. Sure, she's not a star. She's not as big a star as Jordan Grace is, I don't think. But Masha Slamovich is definitely a very good wrestler. She's 26 years old. She's young. She's only 26. I can see it for sure. If I had to guess, I'd say yes. If I had to guess, I'd say she'll be in WWE one day. But I don't think she's top priority for them. Not priority. But Masha, I'm a fan. One of my favorite names, Masha Slamovich. Great name. Love it. And you're younger than I thought. She's only 26. She may be younger than Jordan Grace. Let me see something. Jordan. Yep, 2 years younger. So she got plenty of time. Masha, she had plenty of time to build herself up as a star. I can see it. What else you got? Okay, I'm gonna just open up for questions now before 2 o'clock. What do you got? Julia versus Roxanne at Stand and Deliver. Agreed. Or tried to interfere. Agreed. But Stephanie and Zarya stop her. Yeah, I can see all that. Cody Rhodes all over again. Cody Rhodes booking. Stephanie stops. Well, maybe not Stephanie. But I think Stephanie and Julia will be feuding while Roxanne is facing other people. So I buy time. They could do Stephanie Julia at Vengeance Day. That'd be a big match for them. But yeah, they could still have them come back together and get on good terms for sure. They could do that. Charlotte versus Bianca at 41. Yes or no? I do not know. I will say this, Jay. I will say this. Okay, I will say this. Past 2 years, they've tried it. 38, they tried it. 39, they tried it. Take that back. 39, they tried it. At 40, they tried it. So why not try it again? It's possible. Third time's the charm. What would Stephanie do at Stand and Deliver? That's a damn good question. Zarya? Zarya or yeah, Zarya. Why not? Or maybe you can put somebody over. I think she's going to get called up after that anyway, so she can put over a Thea Hale. She can put over somebody and then move up to main roster. But yeah, Zarya could be an option. Put over Zarya, go up to main roster. Rank these 3 based on in-ring skills. Stephanie, Io, Bianca. Pass. Pass. Do you think Julia, Stephanie, or Zarya making a Royal Rumble appearance? I think Jordan Grace will. I think I'm gonna say no. Jordan Grace will be there. Soruka, Roxanne Perez potentially. I'll say no to all those 3. I'll say no to Stephanie, Julia, and Zarya. No Royal Rumble appearance for any of them. It'll be Roxanne, Soruka, Jordan Grace, folks like that. Zarya could be feuding with Jordan Grace. I see that. That'll happen, I think, on the road to Stand and Deliver. While you got to pay off that spear. Again, Jordan Grace got speared by Zarya, got paid off. So, fine, let me try it. Ranking in-ring skills: Steph, Io, and Bianca. I don't know. They're all the same. They're all the same. As I answered the question, I answered it. They're all the same. I can't rank it. Io, Bianca, Stephanie in that order. It's very, very it's tough. That's a tough question. I don't know. That's tough. I love them all. They're all my top 5. I don't know how to split the baby there. Or that's that the message? Is that the saying, split the baby? I don't know. I don't know how to do that one. You think Bianca's the best female athlete, so you're biased? So for me, my top 5, if you don't know, my top 5, not ranking in ring, but my top 5 favorite performers are Bianca, Sari, Io, Stephanie. They're my 4. My 5th would be that's the one that's always fluctuating. It's fluid. I'll probably say right now probably go with Saya Kamatani in Stardom, but it's not really set in stone. It's kind of very fluid, very fluid. But the top four: Bianca, Sari, Stephanie, and Io. That's set. Those are my four. Fifth is always changing. Right, they're too close and different. Io's got a different vibe. Bianca got a different vibe. Stephanie got a different vibe. It's all different vibes. Julia, Io, Stephanie, Roxanne, and Dakota are your favorite. Solid list. Dakota sells her ass off. Roxanne's great. Stephanie, Io, Julia, all great. Solid list. Solid list. Ruka is very athletic. She is. All right, what else we got? Any more questions about anything? Let me check Reddit real quick. Make sure nothing popped up. I don't see Chelsea winning this right now. Not the first champion. I don't see it. Not the first champion. Eventually, maybe, but not the first. So I disagree with that one. Maybe Mia Yim. I don't know, but not the first. Let's see who else? What else we got here? Hyping up the return. Asuka's hyping up the return. I don't know her rolling her eyes for. Oh, maybe because of Bianca and Jay. Okay, I got it. Bianca's music. Maybe that's why. But yeah, that's the move, folks. The Kabuki Warriors are coming back. They'll be champions at WrestleMania, I think. WrestleMania, they'll be champions. Pam is taking Izumi's spot. She is. Surely is. Unfortunately. Surely is. I don't hate Tam anymore. I never did. I hated her booking. I hated Taro Okada's booking. But yeah, Tam is being pushed to being. She's the top of the card. She's the most over, probably. She's the most popular. She's taking Izumi's spot against Mayu for the title. So it is what it is. Hopefully, it's a good match. Well, let's wait and see. Whoa. I got a quote from Jakara herself. This is what I tweeted. I remember when folks were used to hit on these two. Used to hit on them. Lash and Jakara have come a long way, man. If they hate to let them hate, that's a 50 Cent line. If they hate to let them hate and let the money pile up, right? Yeah, they did hate. It was more. The hate was more for Lash Legend. She got more hate, right? Lash got a lot of hate. Jakara not so much. It's really Lash. And now Lash looks amazing. She's awesome in the ring. She's awesome. She got a lot of hate early on. Lash Legend did. And now she's got a lot of praise. So they put in the work. The haters were wrong. I'm happy for both of them. I see them as future tag team champions, and I see Lash Legend as a solo star if she wants to be. How many quotes does this have? Okay, 1,000. Okay, 1,000 likes. Okay. So it got enough traction that she saw it, basically. $50 Cent quoted by Jakara Jackson there. All right. Anything else? Finish my story, yes. Anything else before we wrap it up here? Let's see. Scrolling through Twitter. Maya, what are you doing with this tweet? See, a stand account would tweet this out and make a big deal about it, but I'm not going to tweet that out at all. But I'll acknowledge Bianca looked great here, and I'll keep it moving. See, a stand will tweet about that, right? I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Anything else? Will Julia kick out a Roxanne Perez finisher? Yes, she will. Cora Jade slander tweet blew up last night. Did it? Who slandered? Oh, yours? I didn't tweet about Cora Jade, did I? Is that about me or someone else's tweet? Let me search Cora Jade real quick. Cora Jade. Not my tweet, right? Not my tweet. I don't think I tweeted any hate towards her. I don't think I did. I'm Hollywood, everybody. No, I'm not. Nikita Lyons has not looked good. Don't get me started on her. I had her. Remember my video I did? I'm gonna go back to do more of those like tier rankings. I'm gonna do tier ranking for like the best of the year. We're coming to the end of the year, so I'm gonna do tier ranking for that. Remember when I said when I did my tier rankings, I had like I think I had like Nikita Lyons at like a D or E, like down there. Oh, Solar's tweet. Okay. I can't remember Solar's at. Can't remember your at, Solar, so can't find it. Yeah, best matches, best feuds, best storylines, best booking. All that's happening at the end of the year. All in December. Separate streams. Nikita Lyons is not my favorite. Or your tweet. Send it to me, Solar. Send it to me later on. Better book a Okada or Triple H? Triple H. You talking about Taro Okada? Taro Okada is trash. He's awful. Well, not trash. His booking of the 5-star Grand Prix was trash, right? That was trash. He's just bad. Just bad to average. But yeah, the Tam Nakano booking was trash. The Saya Kamatani booking was trash. The Nusuko Tora booking, that was trash. The Hate booking was trash. So yeah. Send it to me on Twitter real quick. If you're still on stream. If not, I'll look at it later. All right, there it is. Corey's been fine. She's been fine. Nothing bad. Serviceable. Solid. Should never be great. Should never be great in the ring. Should be fine. She's fine. Let's see this Cora Shade by Solar. I'm looking. Oh, this one right here? Oh, I'll say you took my video. Let me pause that. I refuse to believe these are people who want a serious Cora Jade push. Oh, there are people. You seriously refuse to believe there are people who want a Cora Jade push. Cora Jade she has her fans. She's popular. Wait, did she tap out? Kinda did, I guess. No, she didn't. But Cora Jade, she put over Solar. She put over Solar. No, she put over Soruka here. Match was fine. I was surprised by how bad she looked in terms of booking. They booked her very weak, I thought, for the most part, but Cora Jade gets a lot of crap. Not my favorite. She'll never be my favorite. I don't love Cora Jade. But yeah, it is what it is, Cora. It is what it is. Let me stop scrolling on Solar's account for something weird pops up. What is this? McDonald's belt? What is going on, Solar? All right. Let me get out of here. Let me get off this page. All right, folks. That is it for the stream. Do me a favor. Like the video. Just hit like right now. Hit like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm gonna be doing a lot of best of the year stuff for the women and men. Booker of the year, wrestler of the year, feuds of the year, all that crap. All the tier rankings are coming. A lot of tier rankings, a lot of end of the year streams for the year. That'd be fun. That'll be next year or next month, probably in December. So that'd be fun. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Talk to you guys later. Peace.